So where do you start? So first of all, before I ask where do you start, I would think again, you're on the cutting edge, right? With this idea. And most builders are just happy doing what they're doing. When I think of some of the bigger builders that are, putting out 1,000 homes a year, the last
Yeah,
thing that they want to know is, okay, we got to be doing something different because what we have right now works, it's profitable,
yeah,
and we know what our return is going to be. We
yeah,
just know
yeah,
we've got the formula, right? It's like
yeah,
McDonald's. And then you
yeah,
come in on your little tricycle and say, ring the bell. There is something wrong here that we need to be doing it differently.
yeah.
So, with all the pioneers, as the expression goes, the early pioneers caught all the arrows. Are you experiencing the same thing? Like you're banging on your drum? Are people looking at you like the crazy kid in the classroom, or are they actually starting to
Oh
pay
yeah.
attention?
Yeah. No, again, kind of that awareness, that awakening. When I started this, a lot of people, a lot of colleagues and connections and people in the industry, a lot of everybody knew what they knew I was big into health and I was always cutting edge with everything. And so I said, "Hey, I got it. I have a new idea. I'm going to build healthy homes." And they're like, well, what does that look like? What is a healthy home?
Well, they're free range, grass fed, of course. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they are,
right.
right?
And it's like, oh man, Brian, you're always coming up with some kind of a crazy idea. And I says, no, 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 no. This is taking all these different facets of understanding these environmental impacts, and it's just literally, and it's also crossing kind of commercial style construction and bringing it into the residential sector because in commercial style, there is a big push for health and from public safety and things like that, right? But in the residential sector, it's like they're two different industries, right? And I'm like, no, all we're doing is we're just taking components and we're just really value engineering the homes to this extent, right? So everyone is like, hey, good luck. You're going to be the 0.001%. You'll find somebody out there that's into it. And I'm like, nah, man, I got a hunch on this. This just makes total sense, because again, I work with a lot of integrative functional wellness doctors into the whole scene of longevity. And, I really planted a lot out there like, hey, what do you think if I was to create homes like this? Like, you'd be a godsend, like now we can get to the underlying root cause. Or if I'm working with a client and we're giving them the pill to recover, at least they have a place to go recover in, and so at first there was and then when I really launched it into the construction industry, working with trades professionals, other general contractors. At first, there was, deer in the headlights. What are you talking about? What is this? And fast forward 5 years later, I'm actually shocked.